everybody, welcome back to my channel Made with Love. My name is Heather and tonight I am going to make a very quick and easy supper. So I got the scissors that they were beside me and I put them back. So for supper tonight I'm making salmon. I got this at Superstore for $10. You get 800 grams of salmon, so I think it's about 6 or 8 pieces. I'm going to say I brought it out of the fridge. You're supposed to defrost it for a full 24 hours. I forgot to defrost it earlier today. I'm just going to show you. I've got this pan here. I don't remember where I got this pan, but it's really cool pan. So show quickly what it does. So if you've got meat, you need to defrost it fast. This pan speeds up the defrosting time. So I'm just going to lower my camera a little more. Fish is, it's not quite like, it's not solid frozen like it was like even a couple hours ago. I forgot to bring it out last night. Okay, but I'll show you this pan. So got pretty frozen fish. I'm gonna put it skin down, and within minutes you're gonna see it starting to slide because it is defrosting. While I'm getting this more defrosted, it's already going to start to slide because it's more defrosted than it was earlier, but as it gets defrosted, it's going to really start to slide around. And I'm just going to make a very quick supper. Like, you know, last night was Valentine's, but tonight is me and my husband, our 9th wedding anniversary. So I'm cooking a supper with doing salmon, shrimp, basmati rice, and asparagus. So I've got this shrimp ring that I bought. I got it from Superstore. It was only $6. My apron came untied. That's not good. I always just, if I don't have the apron, if anything was on my hands, I would just end up wiping all over my shirt. But I also find that when I've got the apron, I don't want to mess my apron up. It's so funny. I don't care if I get stuff on my shirt, but I don't want to mess my apron. So when I wear my aprons, I very seldom actually wipe my hands on my clothes. Even though that's kind of what the aprons are for, is so if your hands have something, you could just wipe. I don't know how this one here works. I've never actually bought this kind of shrimp before either, so it says it's fully cooked. You get 50 to 60, so keep frozen. Okay, so you just have to remove shrimp from box, thaw in refrigerator overnight. Well, they were not in the my deep freezers, they were just in the fridge freezer, so they don't get as cold. Then I had them since early this morning. They've been just sitting in the fridge. Okay, and they're almost defrosted, I can tell. So basically you just have to defrost it for a fast thawing. Place a tray under cold running water for about 5 minutes. Okay. So I will just place this in some cold water and let it finish defrosting because that's not going to take long to do that one. But it's this one here. I'm just going to move all this garbage packaging out of my way. Now I'm going to get ready to do the salmon, which, you know, I know when I was doing the meat one time, the meat was just sliding across because it was more frozen. But if I lift this up, you can just see the amount of water that's on here. I'll show in a second. So to do my salmon, it's just a couple things. I've got my baking trays and the tin foil. So all I do is just take my baking sheet. I know this is not a good angle. Okay, I got my baking sheet and I got my tin foil. And this tin foil was just used a couple nights ago for fish. So it's okay. So I'm just gonna lift up my fish, and I put my fish skin side down on the pan. I think I can get all these pieces. Well, I got them to fit on this one tray for the most part, so I'm sure I can get them all to fit on my one baking pan with enough space between them. So I'm just gonna maneuver this so they're not touching, overlapping, so that kind of makes it a little harder for them to cook evenly too if they touch. So I'm gonna move this one, this big piece over here. And put this piece there, that fits a lot better. Sometimes putting the fish out, then you just kind of see how they fit together a little bit better. So that's 8 pieces of salmon. And then all we like on our salmon is just lemon pepper. Just gonna take my lemon pepper, just lightly sprinkle on every piece. One time I had cooked fish and I was using this other lemon pepper I had was not very spicy. So when I went to this one, and I was so used to having to like really flavor, you know, add lots of the other lemon pepper, that I over peppered it to the point where, you know, I don't like, you know, I like a bit of seasoning, but I don't like a lot of pepper. I could hardly eat it. I had to rinse some of the fish off because I found it just a little too peppery for me. So now I'm just gonna seal this up like a little foil package here. Just gonna fold the foil in on top of itself. And I've already got my oven turned on to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I use the convection bake because I've got a convection oven. I would say just a regular oven at 350 works just as good. So I've got that all wrapped. I do have my lemons here, but I like to get these because it's still frozen. I'll add my lemons in a few moments. I'm just going to put this in the oven. I just want to see what it said, if there was a cooking. Yeah, when this is fully, oh, you're supposed to cook from frozen. Huh. This is what happens. I cook so many different types of fish that I forget to read some of the stuff, but it looks like it only takes like 15 to 20 minutes cook from frozen. Well, it's already half defrosted, so I guess it's not going to take that long. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in the oven, and I'm going to put the shrimp ring in a bowl of cold water, and I'll be back because I'm going to be slicing up my lemons. Okay, I was going to show this. So the salmon was not sitting on here for very long, but if you can see the amount of liquid that's dripping off. So it really did defrost the salmon pretty good because it was more frozen earlier. I forget where we found this tray, and I forget what it was called. It's a meat defrosting tray. I don't know what this type of material is. I don't understand the scientific stuff behind it, but it's whatever this type of metal is. It conducts with the surface air, warms up the meat, but it defrosts your meat safely, I guess. So I'm just gonna move this. I've got my fruit basket sitting here. I'm just gonna move that so I can just move my camera this way. That's garbage. That's garbage. Slice up my lemons. Got a couple lemons here. They're little old looking. They're fine. They're just, you know, after a couple of days of sitting here, the peel sometimes just look a little bad, but they're really good inside. I don't always like the sound of this knife hitting this cutting board. It's when I hit the edge of the cutting board. Yeah, but I just want a couple pieces of lemon so I can put the lemon in on top of the fish. Because I know when you buy that type of fish already cut, it shouldn't have bones. but even on the packaging still says, you know, be careful of bones. I'm going to take the lemon seeds out because I'm trying to grow lemon seeds. I've not been successful, but I still keep trying every time I get any type of food with seeds, like lemons, limes, oranges. I don't know what else we tried. I don't know, there's been quite a few fruits with the little seeds, and we've tried to grow them. Not successful, but I'm still, every time I do this, I'm going to try. And I've got the shrimp ring soaking in the water right now. I know it says to have it under running water for 5 minutes. I'm not going to waste 5 minutes worth of water just to defrost a little bit of shrimp. So I'm just have it soaking. It is, you know, good enough for me. So I'm just going to cut these in half, just so I can put these, you know, on top of the fish. And everybody gets a half a lemon wedge. And then I'm just going to put this in the fish, and I will be back when I start to do the rice and the asparagus. Okay, so tonight for my supper, I'm using this Uncle Ben's Bistro Express basmati rice. This one, it takes 2 minutes in the microwave. You just have to squeeze the pouch, make sure rice is all loosened. You tear it, you put it in the microwave for like 90 seconds, and then you remove from microwave, pour into your serving dish. So it's too early to do this, but I've tried some of these other Uncle Ben's rices that you cook. The other one I liked was the one you boil your water, you put the pouch of rice in the boiling water, and then it gets really nice and fluffy. But I've not tried the kind that cooks in the microwave like this, so I thought it'd be nice to try. Just gonna, cause it's all kind of like one big lump, so I'm gonna have to work with that for a few minutes to get it all soft. That's a timer for something else that I'm making, but okay. And then let's work on that. So it's too early to put this in the microwave. I'm not going to do this till I get the salmon done and the asparagus. So the asparagus, I cook in these little containers. They are microwavable. Orca, that's who makes them. They're made by Orca. I got 2 of them. I don't remember where I bought them. I think I know where. I think I bought them at Sears. So very, very long ago. Probably like 12 years ago. 12 years ago. So I don't remember if it came in just one, or if I bought, you know, 2 came in a pack, or if I bought 2 separate packs. I don't remember anymore. I've never seen them since, but they are for microwave steaming your vegetables, and I love them. I use them every time I make asparagus because they are almost the right size for the asparagus to fit in. I say almost. But I always cut my asparagus down a bit. So asparagus has been already rinsed and dried, but you know, it's still wrapped up with this, but I still, you know, rinse out the stuff. I always just chop the ends off a little bit. I chop more if it's got some of this purple. I don't know if you're supposed to or not. And then I cut them in half. So then the asparagus actually fits in there better when you chop them in half. And I just kind of roughly chop it in half. And I look at cutting the ends of this is like cutting the ends of some other root type vegetables, I guess. And every once in a while you get a chunk where it's a little harder to cut. So the more green at the bottom, the less I cut. When it's got more of the pink, I cut a little bit more. I really don't know how much you're supposed to cut off the bottom. I make asparagus lox. I've never had anybody complain about how I cook it, so I must be doing it right. So you can see, like, if more purple, I cut about that much because it's all just purple. I don't know if it's safe to eat because I do know there is more purple as it goes up, but this is just a big chunk of more purple versus like when I cut this little piece off, it is just all straight green. But I just really want to get that cut end off. And then I just put these in the microwave. And my microwave has a fresh vegetable option where it steams it. And I don't add any water because these have enough water. I see a lot of these, that's why I kind of like have them soaking a little bit before I do this. And when I cut them into the mine, you can feel like the water juice is coming out. So I think they've got enough water. I'm just gonna make sure that it seals. So I always put the lid on and then I just push down right there so I know it's sealed. It will pop up, but it didn't quite work. Just trying to get some of the excess air out. So when I lift up, it's kind of like got this suction cup going. So now I know they are sealed. So I'll just put these in the microwave. And when these come out, then I will do the rice. So I will be back in a few moments because I think the salmon's gonna be ready in just a couple minutes as well. So I'll be back when I'm ready to do the, putting these in. I'll be back when I bring these out and I'm about to put the rice in the microwave. Okay, so here's the asparagus. Pop this open. Pour it into the container. Serving platter so you can see what it looks like. Look at how good that looks. A little bit of water, which is fine. So I will drain it before I serve, but I've got to run and get my husband, so I'm just going to kind of leave the water. I'll just put a little bit of a lid on that so they won't dry out. And here's the rice. I'm going to open this up. I have never cooked rice like this before, so I'll pour it out and see what it looks like. I think it looks good. I think I'm going to put a tablespoon of butter in it and fluff it up just so it looks a little bit softer, because right now it looks kind of hard. I don't have a fork. I would love to try it. I'm just going to grab a fork. Okay. Grab the fork, just fluff this up and see how it tastes. It tastes good. It definitely needs a little bit of the butter, but it's pretty good. I've never cooked the rice like this that you cook in the microwave. I've never done it before. Now I just gotta grab my salmon. Just 1 second. All right, so here is my salmon. Move this dish out of the way. Just lift this up. You can see how good it looks. It smells so good. I'm just gonna lift each piece up. I'm leaving the lemon wedge on, so when people get their piece of salmon, that they can squeeze the lemon on top if they want. So I'm just going to scoop this salmon up and put it in my serving tray. Don't know what that is. It's just something that just came off of, I think it came off of the, whatever, my little silicone, what's it called? I know what they're called. I just can't think of the word. Not a pot holder. Oven mitt. That's it. Sometimes you have to say the wrong word to get to the right word. The little silicone oven mitt. I think it's not off this one. It's off the other one I have that should be thrown out because it's falling apart. But I can't throw it out until I replace it because I don't have another one at the moment. So I know sometimes you talk about having duplicates of things, and then sometimes you're like, oh, I can't get rid of this. I don't have anything to replace it with at the moment. So that's how it happens when you get rid of too much of one particular item at a time. So I'm just gonna, this foil is gonna get thrown out. I've used it a couple times this week now. I try to use my foil a few times, but there is my salmon, and there is the rice and the asparagus. So now I'm just gonna run over and grab the shrimp. So 1 second. Okay, so here is the shrimp ring. Now it says you're supposed to take each piece out and towel dry it. So I'm just going to quickly do that. So take these pieces out. Oops, that one broke. That's okay. Take these out and just set them out here on the paper towel and just kind of blot them dry. And then I will, this one didn't come with the sauce. This one was $6. It didn't come with sauce. The one that was $11 came with sauce. And it was about the same amount of shrimp. So I'm thinking for $6 to 11, yeah, $5 more. I'm not gonna buy the one that has the little baby thing of sauce when we usually have shrimp sauce anyways. It's been a few months since we've had shrimp. It was on sale quite a while ago, and we were eating so much of it that we actually got sick of shrimp. And if anybody knows me and I say I got sick of shrimp, that sounds so funny. Get these on here, so I don't like wasting paper towel. So if I can get as many on these two pieces, and then I can grab another two pieces for on top and just blot them, will be good. And this broken one, I'm just going to stick it here. So I'm going to grab 2 sheets of the paper towel and just put it on and just kind of blot them. That's what it says to do. And then I'm just going to grab another half a sheet of the paper towel and dry the serving ring. So what happened was there was a tiny hole in the package, unless it's meant to be there, I don't know, but so this whole thing just filled with water when I had it soaking. So I'm just gonna let my puppy in and grab the fish sauce, and I'll be right back. So this is the cocktail sauce we have. It's the Clubhouse cocktail sauce extra hot. We got it from Dollar Tree in the clearance bin for 25 cents. My husband bought a bunch of them, so I'm trying to use them up. They're still good for, I guess they just expired, but that's okay. It's fine. It's a bad thing to say. Yeah, well, that's why it was 25 cents, because they were close to the expiry date. So that's the last one. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the shrimp back on this ring. What have you got? Give me? Give me? Okay. Didn't pause, but I will do this. Then I gotta go wash my hands. The pantry's open, and she dug through the pantry and she found her treat. So it's a duck foot. I'm not gonna show it just because, you know, I don't want people to get grossed out. But yeah, I'll be back. I gotta wash my hands. Okay, say sorry about that, but my pantry door is wide open. Her bag of treats is sitting on the floor part of the pantry because I don't want her food or treats near, you know, the other food in the pantry. So she could smell it, and so she dug through the little bag and she helped herself. Now, how are these on here? I don't remember how these were on here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get these back on this ring as nice as it was, because I wanted to put the sauce in a little container. I don't think that's going to work, because they're kind of, they feel like they've shrunk or something. Okay, oops. So this is what I've made for me and my husband for our anniversary dinner. It's the stuff he loves. It's the stuff I like too, and it's the stuff our kids love. So it's really, really nice when you can make suppers and everybody really likes it. It's a special occasion. And then there's two other things, like we don't drink. So last night for Valentine's, to go with the supper I made, I bought a bottle of the sparkling grape and peach, whatever it's called, drink stuff. So it's like it's the fake champagne. So I bought another bottle of that for tonight, but it's just the regular grape one. And I also bought another bottle, this other stuff, which I've seen it. I'm so curious as to what it tastes like. I'm like, if it doesn't taste good, I can cook with it, because there's some recipes that I wanted to try anyways, that I needed something like this anyways. So I bought a bottle of the de-alkalized rosé wine. So I don't know what it tastes like. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not. I do like the sparkling pretend champagne, like the mocktail stuff. But to try this other one, the actual, like, it's supposed to be like a wine. I've never drank wine. The closest I've ever had to wine would be like a wine vinegar, I guess. You know, the cooking wines, if you can even consider those actual wines, because I don't know the difference between any of that stuff. When you don't drink, you don't know what the stuff is called. You don't know what it tastes like. You're just kind of curious. I'm like, you know what? I'm 43. I want to know what it tastes like. I don't think I'm missing out on anything. You know, I mean, I've had champagne once in my life. It was when me and my husband got married. He bought a bottle of like real champagne, and I had, I don't know, it was just a small cup, so a small little cup of it. So it's like between 2 and 3 ounces. And I had that sip of it, and I instantly, the only way I could say I felt was I felt instantly like I had the flu. I got dizzy and hot with just that tiny little bit of that. And I said, well, if that's what alcohol makes you feel like, I don't understand the appeal of it. But okay, anyway, so there is the little shrimp ring. And then there's the little cocktail sauce. I don't have a little container at the moment. I did have one. I cleared up my kitchen, and I don't know where they are. I think I put them in the bin to be donated, because I never use those little tiny little serving things, but I'll just set that there. Okay. Yeah, again, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's subscribing and watching my channels and watching my videos. Almost at 1,600 subscribers. I really can't believe that. In like 15, 16 months, somewhere around there, I've been doing this. I really enjoy making these videos. I really hope everybody enjoys watching them, and I will see everybody in my next videos. Bye.